Welcome to the $50,000 Pick Six Show. Thank you for watching Sportsbook Review. My name is Jimmy the Bag. We had a record amount of perfect weeks this past week. 6-0s all over the place. One of them was had by our very own Drew Martin, who climbed 1,000 spots. 1,000 spots. He was 12-18 to begin the week. Now 18-18. Shout out to Drew Martin. I had my third straight winning week, but I dug myself such a hole, down 8.93 units. I'm still down 2.63 units, but I smell the black. I smell profit. I smell plus units. 6-0 weeks all over the place. Let's take a look at last week's cash winners. Start off with D. Histroff, 6-0-0, but found those plus unit spots and cashed 7.13 units to win $600. Secret Stash also 6-0 plus 7.10 units, $400. MJAG 21, 6-0 plus 7.10 units for $200. All of them SBR pros receiving the full amount. The next spot, Catkinson 71, not an SBR pro, so only collected $88. Then Cheese 6-0 plus 92.5 action points, 7 units plus $125 for him. And Chef Mike, also not an SBR pro, so he collected half, went 6-0 and got $50. Get your SBR Pro membership. Do it. You can use our SBR bet points. You earn bet points, and you can use them as currency in our store. You can also open up books with the SBR bet points. So get yourself a membership. All you have to do if you're in the States is donate $100 to the Sick Kids Foundation. Let's take a look at who is now top 6 overall. Number 1 still, The Guesser, 28-8-0, winning 5 straight, hitting at a 77.78% clip, up 23.56 units. Hot on his tails, just 1.11 units behind Lazio Kid, an SBR Forum notable, 24-6, incredible work. CG 5293 in third, 26-10-0, up 21.22 units. Hobgoblin 5, been up there all year, 25-9-2. Up 19.65 units. Fifth place, Silkek, 26-9-1, up 18.94 units. And look at this action points, 239.5. That is spectacular. That is second in this contest. And then in sixth place, JR, 25-10-1, up 18.94 units. Look at that. Less than 5 units separate first through sixth place. Those are our top 6 overall. Let's talk about the SBR personalities now. Move over to the SBR personalities. Ian Cameron and Al Mack continue to lead the way, but hot on their tails is 2 of the stars of this show, the Boss and the Sauce. Big Ragu, the Sauce, is in 239th place, 2016-0, climbing quickly, up 4.72 units. And right beside him, DJ Big Boss, 2016-0, up 3.85 units. Natalie hanging strong, plus 1.82 units. The Whale Capper, bad luck with his 2-unit plays, hurting him. Down just 0.08 units, but 2016-0 deserves a better fate than Drew Martin, fresh off a 6-0 week. Climbs 1,000 spots in a 1348, down 1.86 units. And America, our UFC expert, down 1.9 units. And there I am, down 2.63 units, but I'm on the climb. I'm on the come up off a 4-2 week, hitting my best bet. Then we have Flash down 4.40 units. And then hanging up the rear right now, we have Teddy Covers, Donnie right side, and Parlay Poppy. But lots of time to turn this around. We're not even halfway through. We are not even halfway through this contest. So lots of time for those guys who are expert handicappers to turn this around. Let's talk about the SBR Forum notables. These guys on the SBR Forum, I enjoy being on the forum a lot, and I talk with a lot of these guys often. Number 2, Lazio Kid, 23.56 units. Hubie 69, man. Hubie's just climbing and climbing and climbing. Great job, Uncle Hubie. Up 18.39 units. Vlad Fan up 17.84 units. Vortex up 17.64. C. Malsby up 17.16 units. We have TJH 15.53. Thor 14.74. Mr. Papa Giorgio up 14.63 units. Rangefinder up 13.8 units. A for You to Fear up 13.58. Arky 12.86 units. The Woj up 12.45 units, and WV Gambler in 37th place, up 12.4 units. Great work from some of our SBR Forum notables who continue to lead the way in this contest. Lazio Kid just 1.11 units, 1.11 units from the top of the table, getting him a chance to win the grand prize, $6,000 up for grabs, and he wants it, and I think he can get it. Shout out to Lazio Kid and Hubie right there as well. Then we get to the pick six. So if your best bet gets a pick six, returns an interception for a touchdown, you get 600 bet points like that. And no NFL teams with pick sixes, which helped some of my unders this week. No NFL teams with pick sixes, but in NCAA football, we saw a bunch of them. Purdue, Utah, South Carolina, Western Michigan, Cincinnati, Tulane Green Wave, Wisconsin, Nevada, La Tech, Air Force, and Clemson all had pick sixes. All right. Let's get to my action right now. Let's start with my 2-unit play. I've hit 3 weeks in a row, and I plan to make it for my 2-unit play is the Dolphins-Bills under 40.5. Bills coming off a bye. I'm backing teams coming off of a buys this week. They are not a high-powered offense. They don't put up a ton of points. They have a top 5 D. It's not going to be Rosen. It's going to be Fitzmagic, but it doesn't matter who's at the helm for the Fish. No protection, no weapons. My 2-unit play, the Fish, the Bills under 40.5 points. That's at minus 113. Next up, another team off a bye, the Oakland Raiders. Those raggedy Raiders have been so much better than I expected them to be, and now they are fresh off a bye against the Packers. Oakland has hung tough all year. They've just impressed me, and now I'm going to back them as a big dog here. Josh Jacobs has been very good. This defense without Burfict has been better than I expected to. Yes, Green Bay's defense is good, and you know what? If Devontae Adams returns, I'm not going to be nervous. I'm not going to be scared. I think the Raiders can hang in this game. 2 weeks to prepare. I've said terrible things about you, Gruden, but I need you to step up now for me. Please step up now for me. The next bet was very close to being my 2-unit play. So close. Niners, Redskins under 41.5. This is a pretty simple move. Obviously, I've talked about the Niners defense throughout the length of these shows. For now we're in our 7th week. I've talked about how special this defense is, how special their front 7 is, how they're handling injuries so spectacularly well. They're down to their 4th and 5th tackles. We've seen what the Cowboys have done without their best 2 tackles. The Niners don't have by far their best tackle, and now 2 of their best tackles, and they still are playing great football. It's a great team. But there's no need to beat up on the Redskins. You're flying across the country. You shut them down. You get in and out with the W. Get back on that plane healthy. That's all you have to do. I do not see them putting up 40 points, and I do not see the Redskins getting to 13 points. I'm on the Niners, Redskins under 41.5 and minus 110. Next up is the Titans, minus 2. I told myself, as soon as Tannehill comes in, back him. Back Tannehill. And this was almost so there was 2 spots that I was, or 3 really, because I had 7, I've made 7 bets, but I could only have 6 picks. And it was the Titans, the Rams, and the Colts. And I had to take one out. And I ended up taking out the Colts, although I still bet it. The Titans minus 2, I am going with it. The Chargers look awful. It doesn't really make sense. If you look up their roster and look at their talent, why are they playing so bad? They get Hunter Henry back. He gets 2 touchdowns. They still look terrible. Phillip Rivers looks awful. Melvin Gordon hasn't made an impact. Keenan Allen looks invisible. The Chargers look bad, and I need Tannehill to spark this team. I expect Tannehill to spark this team. And in fact, the more I talk about it, the more I like these Titans at minus 2. More than the Rams at minus 3 or the Colts at minus 1. Let's move on to those Rams at minus 3 and minus 110. So the Jalen Ramsey. So basically, what makes me concerned is that this line hasn't moved. You'd think after the Jalen Ramsey trade to get Peters out, Talib's hurt, get Peters out, get the guys that are hurting the locker room out, and get someone in there who wants to be playing in LA, wants to be out on the field. Now, this is a bet hoping that Jalen Ramsey is in the lineup. I need Jalen Ramsey to be in the lineup. If he's not in the lineup, I'm not going to panic. But I'm not going to feel good about it. Atlanta's season is over. They just lost to a bad Cardinals team. The only thing going for the Falcons is they're at home. Nothing else. And Goff. So when we're watching Goff looks bad all year. But when he has a clean pocket, he's still good. He's still fine. And you think Atlanta's pass rush is going to get to him? Not a chance. Littleton is the only one on the Rams defense playing very well. Donald keeps getting double covered. This is a chance for Donald to run wild against this weak offensive line of the Falcons. I'm on the Rams -3, hoping that Jalen Ramsey is in the lineup. Then I'm on to close this up, my sixth play is the Saints-Bears under 38.5 at -120. Bears are home, coming off a bye. And look, I don't care if it's Trubisky or Chase Daniels. I guess I would prefer Chase because I still think Trubisky's capable of doing a couple more things, although they're both bad. Chicago's offense can't move the ball. Saints are so solid. They're playing very good football. There's nothing wrong with the weather in Chicago. It's not even that windy in the Windy City. 9 miles per hour, 60 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy at this point. That's what the weather says. And I'm on the under 38.5 in New Orleans. Saints, Bears. So I have 3 unders, 3 sides. And man, I've just been taking so many unders this year. And it started out terribly, and now the unders are coming into play. That, my friends, is my pick 6. Let's see it up on the graphic. There it is. There is my 6 looks, starting with my 2-unit play. A lot of my games start off at 1 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. It's going to be a wild start for me. I'm going to be pumped up. Our first guest on the $50,000 Pick 6 show is a man who is eating in this contest, coming off a 4-2 week, up 2.8 units. In October, he's 8-4, up 5.5 units, cashing his best bets, skyrocketing up to 308th place. DJ Big Boss, 2016-0, up 3.85 units in the contest. Welcome to the show. What are your looks for this week, my friend?
What up, Jimmy, man? What a week last week, man. 4-2 for the 3rd week in a row. After I was 4-0, I thought I was onto something. I had the late game with the San Diego State game under a low total. That was one of my meatball plays. It was under 38, and it went over by quite a few points. But I dropped the meatball on that one, so that messed me up. And then this thing that happened on Monday just kills me, Jimmy, somebody had some money on the game the way they were playing in Green Bay, and this guy falls on his butt on the 2 instead of scoring a touchdown. Where did they do that, Jimmy? But, on to the next week, pick 6 this week. Let's jump right into it. First off, my 2-unit play this week is going to be on Nevada. Now, don't make this mistake like I did, folks. I waited too long to pick which one I was going to make my 2-unit play. Had to make my last play, my 2-unit play. And this play right here is more of a meatball play for me. But it's got a lot of juice in this one right here because you can get Nevada plus 21. Now, Malik Henry was brought into the system last week, did really well in the first half. And we'll have to see where this team is going to be going. But Utah State in this match is no super team that this team should be scared of. They probably about evenly matched this year. They both had some growing pains that they went through. 21 points, too much to be given up in this game right here. Next up, New Mexico State versus Wyoming. Now, I'm taking the under in this game because Wyoming's defense is awesome. Their offense is a few steps behind, but they can get the job done as far as the win. But I don't see New Mexico scoring very many points against this Wyoming team. Very physical team, and they're at home. They're going to make you play Wyoming football. And then I got this NFL pick right here. Now, NFL has been tricking me out, so I basically jumped all over one game in this one. It was the first thing that I picked this week, but it falls right here in my picks. So that's Denver plus the 3 points, and also the under 49 in that game is what I got for this one. Now, we know Mahomes has something going on with his ankle or something, a little tender leg. They're beat up in the wide receiver spot. And here they are to play this Denver team that all they got is defense in this game right here. And this defense is going to come show out. Patrick Mahomes can't take another hit. They beat up all over the board right there. I knew that them not, they're going to be up against going 0-3 in the last 3 games. I knew that would have some type of impact on the spread, and bam, we got the good spread, plus 3 with Denver. I'm taking the defense, of course, and I also like the under in that one. Patrick Mahomes going to have to play Denver ball, and try to run the ball a little bit more because the receivers are down, and they don't want this guy to get hit. And it's coming right here with a short week. You know, we're playing tomorrow, Thursday in this game. It's a short week right here. You know, the guy's ankle's irritated. He's going against a heavy defense. You know, he's going to get creamed. So then we got a UNLV game right here. So I got UNLV in this one plus 15 points. It went up. Just think UNLV after the win that they had last week, although I don't like them traveling again over to this one, but they get a Fresno State team that's not doing well on offense, and I think 15 points is just a little bit too much to hold this UNLV team that constantly has something to prove all year. They've been inconsistent, winning and losing in all different spots, and here we go. Probably the best chance for Fresno State to get a win on the board. I think it's going to be a tough victory against this hungry UNLV team. And last but not least, which I should have probably made this one my two-unit play. This one comes out of my Mountain West capping right here. Now, I didn't give you guys this one on the show the other day. I saved this one right here for the Pick Six show. Make sure you play this back and forth as much as you can because it's going to be coming every week. Pick Six show. I'm going to let you know these picks, get you on them above time. So here we go. San Diego State, San Jose State. Now, San Jose State, way better organization than this San Jose State right here. So San Diego State travels to San Jose State. The offense over there at San Jose State with Josh Love, they've been doing good. It's a senior group. They've been playing really hard, but I think they just kind of totaled out on this one. They already have more wins than they had last season, and they definitely don't win in this case. I had San Diego State to win by 14. Line comes out at 7. I try to jump on it right away, and what I get? Bam, 7.5. So I should have made this my two-unit play. I'm all over San Diego State in this one. But that's my pick six for the week. What's your pick six for the week?
There he is, DJ Big Boss. Two-unit play on Nevada at plus 21. But, man, you could see that he was questioning that, thinking maybe San Diego State minus 7.5 should have been that two-unit play. I like what he's doing on Thursday Night Football. Denver plus 3 in the under 49. I like what he's doing there. Back in UNLV plus 15. And New Mexico, Wyoming under 48.5. And then, of course, the San Diego State play that I mentioned. Those are his 6 looks in this week's Pick 6 contest. And this guy's been rolling. Speaking of rolling, let's bring in our next guest, the Big Ragu. And the Big Ragu is climbing very fast in this contest, just like DJ Big Boss, but even better. This past week, Ragu goes 4-2 plus 2.80 units. In October, 8-4 plus 5.45 units. Only one losing day out of 5 days of action this month. And now Big Ragu has Al Mack and Ian Cameron right where he wants them. Ragu can pounce at any moment and take the lead here with our SBR personalities. Right now, Big Ragu in 239th place, 2016-0, 128.0 action points to the positive and up 4.72 units. He dug himself a hole. He has climbed out of it. And here he is alive on our $50,000 Pick 6 show right now. Big Ragu, my friend, how you doing tonight? And let's hear your Pick 6 action.
Hey, my man, it's week 8, and I'm doing great. It's good to be back with you as usual, my buddy. So anyways, let's hammer these games out and see what kind of looks we can put together. We're gonna start off for the game for Friday night. We're going to look at the Pittsburgh-Syracuse game. All right, so now Syracuse got off to a little rough start early in the season, and they're coming back around. I like what's going on with them. They're a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde squad, but at the same time, they when they're good, they're really good, and when they're bad, they're really bad. Now they got Pittsburgh coming up to the Dome, and the Dome's always a tough place to play. And they're coming off of back-to-back road games, and I think Syracuse is going to be able to make some things happen. The only question mark Syracuse has is on the offensive line, but if they can give DeVito some time, he's been really stepping up his game. And I like Syracuse at home getting the points, getting the 3.5. That's going to be my first play, is going to be Syracuse. We're going to roll with the Cuse, the orange, in the dome. Okay, now the second game I'm looking at is another ACC game, NC State versus Boston College. Now this is going to have a whole different look than I originally was thinking about doing. And as a matter of fact, I brought it up. Teddy brought it up on the show. I was leaning to the over, and I was leaning to Boston College. But you know what? I'm off the side here. I'm on the total because both of these teams can score, and they can score at will. Boston College is good for like 32 points a game, and Syracuse is good for at least 30 points. The total's 52.5, climbing up a little bit. I'm on the over in the NC State Boston College game. Now, we go to game number 3. You're looking at Toledo and Ball State. We're going to get a little MAC action here. MACtion going. All right, now Toledo, they're looking to bounce back in this particular game. They took a tough loss last week. They lost to Bowling Green. They only put 7 points on the board. Quarterback had some real tough play. Now when Toledo's 5 of 7 ATS and the last 5 of 7 in the MAC ATS, and they're 4-0 after a loss ATS in the MAC. Ball State, on the other hand, at home they have their struggles there. They're 10-23 ATS at home. I think Toledo bounces back in a big way here. Even though it's a real short number, I think Toledo's a touchdown better in this spot. So we're going to take Toledo minus the 2.5. The line's up from 1.5 to 2.5. We're rolling with Toledo. Okay, now we're going to look at the fourth game. Southern Miss at Louisiana Tech. Okay, so now you have 2 winning programs. Louisiana Tech 5-1, Southern Miss 4-2. Now you got decent play from the Southern Miss quarterback Jack Abram. He's got 2,000 yards passing and 12 TDs. Now he's coming up a pretty tough Louisiana Tech defense here. They're 2 winning, like I said, both winning squads. Tough defense at home. This is more of a spot play for me on this one. You talk about a short number, you're looking at 1 or pick. I'm going to have to take the home team in this spot, even though the other team's 1-point favorite. I'm going to take Louisiana Tech at home. We're going to take the Raging Cajuns to get the job done. All right, on to the 5th game now. I'm going to be talking about my man DJ Big Boss's conference of Mountain West, where I'm going to do it the best. Okay, Boise State at BYU. Now, originally, there's a lot of action coming in Boise State's way. But I think there's a lot of issues on both squads here offensively. You got Bachmeyer's out for Boise. And then BYU, they have a lot of problems on the quarterback position, on the offensive line, some of the skill positions. Not problems in the sense of talent, but they're banged up. They have a big-time banged-up squad here. And I think you're going to see a lot of run plays versus pass. It's going to be a grinded-out type of game. And I know the numbers kind of climbed here a little bit, but I'm leaning towards the under. As a matter of fact, I'm not leaning towards the under. I'm on the under. We're taking under 49.5 the Boise State game. And lastly, number 6 game. This is going to be my 2-unit play. It's going to be in the Big Ten Conference, and it's Penn State-Michigan game. Now, there's 4 teams in the Big Ten right now. In 6 games, they have given less than 100 points, 100 points scored. Matter of fact, the number 1 team in conference is Wisconsin, has yielded 29 points in 6 games. That's less than 5 points a game. And the number 2 team is Penn State, who's given up 49 points. Ohio State at 53, and Iowa at 61. It's tough to come by points in this conference. Now, Michigan's right on the outs. They're like right at about 100 points. I see this team struggling to put points on the board, both of them. When Penn State plays in conference, when they step up against a quality opponent, they play down to their level. and Michigan is not setting the world on fire with their offense right now, and they are strong defensively. So we're going to play the under in this game as my two-star play, my 2-unit play. We're taking the under in the Penn State-Michigan game. Those are Big Ragu's pick 6 plays for the contest, and we'll see you at the window.
There you have it, the Big Ragu. 2-unit play, Michigan, Penn State, under 46. Also, very easy to notice that our Big Ragu has 2+ spots. Toledo, -1.5 and +105. Michigan versus Penn State, under 46 and +108. Putting him in a situation where if he goes perfect, he will be atop the leaderboard, because he will be up 7.13 units when everybody else is up just 7 units. There it is, the Big Ragu. Michigan versus Penn State, under 46 at +108. Then Syracuse, +3.5. Boise State, BYU, under 47.5. NC State, Boston College, over 52. Toledo, -1.5. And La Tech, Louisiana Tech, +1.5. There you have it. Those are our looks for this week's Pick 6 contest. If you're not in the Pick 6 contest, there's still time. $1,600 up for grabs each and every week. You can join right now and join right now. $50,000 Pick 6 contest on behalf of DJ Big Boss, the Big Ragu, and myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's have a big week. Let's have a big week. And when I join you next week, let's see plus units. I want to be plus units overall. I want to have climbed out of that hole I put myself in. Good luck this week. Thank you for watching.